Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling something truly special, a culinary rite of passage, grilling the perfect steak. Forget everything you thought you knew, because I'm going to show you how to get that steakhouse quality result right in your own backyard. We're talking a deep, savory crust, a juicy, tender interior, and flavor that will have you closing your eyes with every single bite. So, fire up those grills, because class is in session, and by the end of this, you'll be a certified steak master. Let's get into it. First things first, let's talk about the star of the show, the steak itself. You can't make a great steak without a great piece of meat. Now, you don't need to break the bank, but choosing the right cut is crucial. For grilling, you want something with good marbling. Those little white flecks of fat are not your enemy. They are your best friend. As the steak cooks, that fat melts and bastes the meat from the inside out, keeping it incredibly moist and flavorful. My personal favorites for grilling are ribeye, New York strip, and T-bone or porterhouse. A ribeye is a flavor powerhouse, thanks to its amazing marbling. The New York strip is a bit leaner, but still has a fantastic beefy flavor and a nice, firm texture. And the T-bone, or porterhouse, you get the best of both worlds, a tender fillet on one side of the bone and a flavorful strip on the other. For today's demonstration, I've got these beautiful, thick-cut ribeyes, about 1.5 inches thick. Thickness is key. A thicker steak gives you more control, allowing you to build a great crust on the outside without overcooking the inside. So aim for at least 1 inch to 1.5 inches. The most important thing you can do is take your steaks out of the refrigerator at least 30 minutes and up to an hour before you plan to grill them. You want to let them come up to room temperature. Putting a cold steak on a hot grill is a recipe for disaster. The outside will burn before the inside has a chance to cook, resulting in a tough, unevenly cooked piece of meat. So, let it rest on the counter. Trust me on this. While the steak is coming to room temperature, let's talk seasoning. I'm a purist. For a high-quality piece of beef, you don't need a million different spices. The goal is to enhance the natural flavor of the meat, not to cover it up. My go-to method is simple: kosher salt and coarse black pepper. That's it. And be generous. You want to create a nice, even layer on all sides. Don't forget the edges. This salt isn't just for flavor. It also helps to draw out a little bit of moisture from the surface, which is essential for creating that beautiful, dark crust we're all after. Pat your steaks dry with a paper towel first. Then apply a light coating of a neutral oil like canola or grapeseed, and then season liberally. Now, let's head over to the grill. Whether you're using gas or charcoal, the principle is the same. You need a 2-zone fire. This is non-negotiable for cooking a perfect steak. A 2-zone fire means you have one side of your grill that's screaming hot, your direct heat zone, and another side with little to no heat, your indirect or cool zone. On a charcoal grill, you'll pile all your hot coals on one side. On a gas grill, you turn the burners on one side too high and leave the other side off or on low. Why is this so important? Because it gives you ultimate control. The hot zone is for searing. This is where you'll get that gorgeous, flavorful crust, that Maillard reaction that makes grilled food so irresistible. The cool zone is your safety net. If your steak is flaring up or the outside is getting too dark before the inside is cooked, you can move it over to the cool side to finish cooking gently with indirect heat. All right, our grill is preheated. We've got our 2 zones ready. Our steaks are seasoned and at room temperature. It's time for the magic to happen. Place your steaks directly over the hot zone. And now, the hardest part, don't touch them. Leave them alone for about 2 to 3 minutes. You want to let that crust form. You'll hear that sizzle, and the smell will be incredible. After a few minutes, you can give them a quarter turn if you want those fancy crosshatch grill marks, or just flip them over. Once you flip the steak, you'll see that beautiful brown crust. Now sear the other side for another 2 to 3 minutes. This is where knowing your desired doneness comes in. The best way to check for doneness is not by cutting into it that lets all the precious juices escape. The most reliable method is using an instant-read meat thermometer. It's the one tool every serious griller should own. For a rare steak, you're looking for an internal temperature of about 125 degrees Fahrenheit. For medium rare, which is what I'm aiming for, you want 130 to 135 degrees. Medium is 140 to 145. Medium well is 150, and anything above that, well, let's just say we're aiming for juicy perfection today. So, after we've seared both sides on the hot zone, we check the temperature. If the steak isn't at our target temperature yet, but the crust looks perfect, what do? We move it over to the cool zone. We'll close the lid of the grill and let it finish cooking with indirect heat. This allows the center of the steak to come up to temperature gently without burning the exterior. This 2-step serve-and-rest method is the secret to a perfectly cooked steak every single time. Once your steak reaches your target temperature, and remember to pull it off the grill about 5 degrees below your final target, as it will continue to cook as it rests. Time for the final and possibly most crucial step, resting. Do not, I repeat, do not slice into that steak right off the grill. The muscle fibers are all tensed up from the high heat. If you cut into it now, all the juices will run out onto your cutting board, leaving you with a dry, sad steak. You need to let it rest on a cutting board or a plate for at least 10 minutes. For a thick steak like this, 10 to 15 minutes is ideal. During this time, the muscle fibers relax and the juices redistribute throughout the meat. This is what ensures every bite is succulent and flavorful. You can tent it loosely with a piece of foil if you'd like. A little pro tip: while it's resting, you can place a small pat of compound butter, that's just butter mixed with herbs like rosemary, thyme, and garlic on top of the hot steak. It will melt down and create an incredible, fragrant sauce. After the long, torturous wait of the rest, it's finally time to slice. And how you slice matters. Always slice your steak against the grain. Look for the direction the muscle fibers are running and cut perpendicular to them. This shortens the muscle fibers, making the steak significantly more tender and easier to chew. Look at that. A perfect wall-to-wall medium rare. A dark, savory crust on the outside and a juicy pink center. This is what we've been working for. The aroma is just intoxicating.